So we currently have 3 subcommittees. And one is, of course, this webinar series. A second one is a software subcommittee. Unfortunately, our chairperson, Kruno, is not able to meet us today, but we will have chance for the next webinar so he can present. If you're interested in participating in this programming subcommittee, please let us know, email Kruno or myself. The other working group of those subcommittee is about the Metroid for Digital Experience Network, the M4DX, and our subcommittee is led by 2 co-chairs. This is Jarija and Leslie, and we will have a brief section for them to present what's the purpose, what they are working on, and that's it. Please, Jarija, the floor is yours. Leslie also.
Thank you very much, Hugo, for your introduction. So today is my honor, and so as Hugo says, it's not only me, there's also Leslie, my colleagues from Ghana, who will co-chair this session. No, the subcommittee. So the subcommittee is on the M4DX network. So basically it's a network to that gathering the people who interested and working on the digital transformation for metrology. So this is the first time we have chair and co-chair. So I'm the first chair, and Leslie is co-chair. So the objective of this network and purpose is that we looking forward to facilitate global exchange among M4DT enthusiasts. We want to promote participation in national, regional, and international M4DT activities. And we would like to update on new and M4DT development to member, and also to share best practice challenges and solutions in M4DT. So for activity and contribution, Leslie, would you like to talk about this? Okay, Leslie, are you there? Okay, give me a shout when your microphone is working. Okay, so I continue for now. So activity and our contribution, as I mentioned earlier, we looking forward to information sharing about dissemination of M4DT guideline format and case study, also identification of M4DT training needs and collaboration opportunity. So we are not going to duplicate the subcommittee of Hugo on the webinar, but we would like to ensure that people who interested in working on 4DT in our region and at all level can identify, can shout what they need, so we can work together not only within IMEKO but also in Forum MD and other IMO to organize a webinar that's suitable for all interests and all level. We also will act as a hub for expertise in M4DT activities. So IMEKO TC6 will be a great source of expertise hub for the M4DX community. We plan to organize talks and webinar because we originally come from M4DX Collaborate project, which is the international cooperation level of M4DT sponsored by PTB Germany. So we get together of about 30 participants and also more than 10 coaches from around the world. So we organize a public talk every month, and we would like to continue that. And again, we will work together with IMEKO TC6 and other forum and IMO to ensure that all the needs has been served. And we will also integrate with the, as I mentioned, integrate with the M4 TC6 webinar series. How's about organizational structure? So being member of our network is open and free. So if you're interested, this is open membership policy for everyone. I mean, everyone is meteorologist and professional, and voluntary participation and cooperation. So there is no pressure, even though we are a fun community, so we don't need to force each other. We plan to have regular meeting every 3 months. So we anticipate that 3 months is the optimum. That is not overload of your time, because everyone will have their routine work, and also we will have regular meeting for another committee and task and working group. And we will have coordination group, and this coordination group is the representation from each region, and we will have a monthly meeting, and that will start this year, and because we just established and we just have chair, so by next month, I suppose I will need to call for the monthly meeting for the coordination group, and later on we will have a member meeting, but member meeting is every 3 months. And the coordination group will define and promote key topics and agenda. So any member who interested to become coordination group, you are more than welcome to get on board. And what to call for action for today, as we have opportunity to give an introduction about our M4DX network subcommittee. So we encourage your participation and contribution to our subcommittee. So if you are interested to join us, feel free to get contact with me. I will put my email in the chat. So feel free to send me email and let me know that you're interested, and maybe introduce a little bit about yourself, what you are doing, and why you're interested in M4DT. And we will highlight the benefit of joining the network and sharing expertise. So this is the picture from our 5th Kabalek M4DT International Workshop. This is the final workshop, the wrap-up workshop that organized in Bangkok. So you see many familiar faces, and everyone are smiling and happy. So we are a great community for international cooperation. So that's all from me, and thank you very much for opportunity, and I look forward to welcome you all to the M4DX network. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arija, for sharing with us your experience so far, the activities that you have conducted. Also to Leslie, that we were not able to hear him. Just to let you know that please write your questions in the chat, and we will start with the presentation of today. We welcome the speaker, Shanna Jonas, on the topic of International DCC Conference and the key results and messages. Dear Shanna, the floor is yours. I don't see you around now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so, sure. Good. Thank you.
Great. So let's start. So let me know if you see the presentation in presentation mode.
Not yet.
Let's see.
We're watching. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yes, now.
Okay.
Yeah, now in presentation.
Thanks for the feedback. Okay, so dear community, I'm more than happy to present something about the past DCC conference. Maybe not only about the past, but all about the concept of the DCC conference, just in case you have not been around there for years and participating to it. So, I will also try to present and give an insight on the key results and messages from this great expert community, which I have had the honor to be part of the last 6 years, I would say. So I'm presenting that, but I'm presenting that also on behalf of all the colleagues who have contributed to it. And I'm really grateful to them that they are contributing to this conference so willingly and in such a great number. So maybe some words about myself in case I'm not so much familiar. So I'm with PTB, the German National Metrology, since 2020. My background is I'm an engineer in mechanical engineering, and I hold a PhD in aeronautics and aerospace from the Braunschweig Technische University. And since I joined PTB in 2020, I specialized in digital transformation and digital certificates. So I started with a project with the Digital SI and some very background of the DCC has been developed. And then I became the head of the working group, which is called Information Technology Force and Torque, but we basically focus on the development of the DCC format and all the applications and tools associated with it. I'm also a member of different national and international committees, such as the IPM, CIPM Forum MD, the Euromed technical committees, both in mass and related quantities, but also the interdisciplinary metrology with the project 1448 focusing on DCCs, which I'm coordinating. And I'm also active in the German calibration service, the DKD, where we also focus since several years now on DCC harmonization. And as I told, the SmartCom project was my beginning in the digitalization world, but then followed the IMEKO and the CABREC M4D TIC projects, which I greatly appreciated and was really happy to be a member of. So very brief look back on the DCC. I will not tell you everything about the DCC because I guess since you joined that talk, you are already familiar with the topic. And there was also a CABREC talk that I gave about 1 year ago. It was in May 2025. So there is, I think, still possible access to that recordings through the colleagues of our international collaboration. But still, I think it's worth of looking at why we are dealing with this DCC and the role of it in automated processes. And if you look at the right hand side, so it is the calibration pyramid, may be very familiar to you. And here we have, because it's a German graphic, we have PTB as an NMI at the top, but you can place actually many NMIs at the top of that pyramid. And after that, there are some layers. Maybe in some countries it will look a little bit different than in others. But here in Germany, we have the accredited calibration laboratories in the traceability chain. Then we have in-factory calibration laboratories. And we have also calibrations taking place in the production process. And if it comes down to the product, it sums up to really a lot of calibration information that has to be shared there. And of course, the uncertainty at the top is the lowest. When it comes down to the product, it will naturally decrease a bit, but the number of the certificates and the information that has to be shared increase when you go down to the bottom of the pyramid. So here in PTB, we issue about 5,500 certificates per year, which would not be such a big use case for making that all automated and digitally transformed. But when you look down, it really sums up to several millions when you just do the calculations. So for that, we decided some time ago, when that first concept of DCC was presented in 2017, that the standardized data format at all levels of this calibration pyramid will be of great value for all the actors of the quality infrastructure and the system, and because it will also enable to do the traceability chain, to transform that too in the digital world, and to follow up on that back to the top of the pyramid. And the goal is to enable really automated processing of the calibration information and do that in a legally compliant manner. So to comply with the ISO, which is the standard. The ISO is the ISO 17025, and there are a lot of requirements that you have to meet in order to be compliant, and that the auditors of the accreditation body say, yes, what you do is right, is compliant with the standard. So for that, we needed to do a very thorough and good transformation to digital world. And for that, the DCC was envisioned. And of course, we don't do it just for fun. We want the end user to benefit. And of course, main task is to relieve the staff, the highly qualified metrologists who like to do the measuring and not administrative things. So relieve them of this administrative task, transferring one piece of information from the paper to the database and vice versa. And in that course, also the avoidance of errors in data transmission. So every time a human is involved, there is a what not so few chance of errors in data transmission, be it in copying from one column to another, be it from typing in information from a piece of paper to the database, and so on and so on. And when doing that, automatically there is a huge chance of saving labor time and therefore also costs, and to increase the quality of the data and also of the product in the end. And therefore we thought, okay, that is something that affects actually not only one country, it affects all of us active in the national quality infrastructures. So for that, already in 2020, the colleagues here had the idea to hold an international DCC conference to bring together this community. And it was held actually 2020, maybe you remember, we had a major global event. We had this COVID-19 in 2020. So originally the conference was planned in person, but then digitalization happened pretty quick. And due to these restrictions that we had, we switched completely to the online mode. And we thought, okay, it will be a complete online conference, which in the end turned out to be a success, because then everyone from everywhere in the world could join it. It provided a unique opportunity for exchange across all borders and contributions, and also just participating in it was made easier. So from many countries and from all continents, we had reached a lot of people who were interested in that topic, and I will show you the statistics later on, still are. And for this, we then just kept going, do it in the online mode to enable this great exchange of the community. So the conference mode is always the same. We have it as it's an annual conference, so each year we meet always the last week of February. It was always Tuesday to Thursday, but in the last week of February, we have 3 days. Each day is 3.5 hours long, including half an hour break, because as you know, you're joining now an online talk, and paying attention for 3 hours in a row is very, you have to be very concentrated, so it can be quite tiresome. Therefore, there's also a break, and we put it somewhere in the middle, so people from everywhere in the world could join without major inconvenience. So it's always at 12 UTC the beginning. And you see it's fully virtual, open for everyone, and it's completely free of charge. But the access is granted only for registered users. So everyone who wants to participate needs to register. So we know at least who is there, and they receive a link and all the access data. And of course, later on, also the access to all the proceedings and recordings. And we really welcome the contributions from all areas of metrology. We have a call for contributions published on the website, sent out to a list of contacts that we have, and the contributions are then reviewed by International Program Committee. I will talk about that in more detail later. Now, speaking of statistics, so here we have a statistics of participations from the past 6 years. So you will see there was no conference in 1 year, so we skipped that one. So in the year 2022, there was no, I think maybe it's 2021 that we had not one. So here the number is wrong, so it has to be 2022 here. But all the other years we had one, so now we're at the moment in the 6th conference, and you see we had on the left-hand side you see the number of participants, on the right-hand side you see the number of countries that participated. So see, we had quite a great peak in the years 23, 24, and now we're about at a stable participation between 700 and 600 registered participants registered, and we're at about a number of 90 to 80 countries whom that participants represent. So that's quite a good number for a conference. We are quite happy to see that every year. And some more statistics is about the contributions. So the people who actively contribute to that conference. So we have had statistics for the past 4 conferences. There we had the first 2 years were about 56 presentations. In the other 2 years, 25, 26, we are about 46, 47 presentations. And we have increased the number of we were about at the same for the plenary sessions. So we have always 3 to 4 plenary sessions. But we have more parallel sessions, so we gave the people a little bit more time to present and also to accept questions, so people can really get into that exchange. And that's, I think, for an online conference, for an annual frequency, it's a nice statistics that we have here. Yes, speaking of the members of the International Program Committee, the IPC, we have now 15 members from different domains, also from all regions of the world. We have people also representing not only NMIs, it is mainly from NMIs, but we have also people from the SSLI in the US. We have also someone from the industry from Germany. So we have Brad Highland, who represents the one UN committee. So we are also quite happy. So if you are interested in becoming a member of the International Program Committee, do not hesitate to contact me. We'll be happy to have more broader representation in the program committee too. And actually the committee does the review of all the contributions, and their task is also to chair later on the sessions of the conference. So each year the chair is elected anew, so it rotates among the International Program Committee members. And this year we had the honor to have Daria from NIMT to be our chair of the conference. Thanks a lot, Daria. And this is a very good coincidence that she is now the chair of the exchange committee on the IMEKO TC6. And I was the co-chair, also representing the organizing team behind that thing. So because the PTB is doing the background organization, like setting up the web conference and so on, hosting that. Yeah, coming now to the DCC conference, maybe in a nutshell, we had, as I already said, 47 presentations, very great panel sessions, nine parallel sessions, and we had also some talks, key talks or keynote talks. What we also had were 4 open exchange sessions where people had the possibility to discuss, to come into a dialogue, to discuss different topics that they might have. And this year we had a little bit more than 600 registered participants coming from 82 countries. Now, speaking again a bit of statistics, because it's always quite interesting to see who is actually there, who attends the conference. So this year it was the majority really from the metrology institutes, from the NMIs. It was 58%. And we had about, when we asked the people when they registered to check where they're coming from. So we had about 18% coming from a calibration laboratory, about 9% from the industry. So altogether it was about 27% representing the people who are targeted as the end users or the users to issue the certificates. But we are also very happy to see people from accreditation. It was really quite international participation from the accreditation authorities. We had even some people involved in standardization, and we had also people from research institutes or university, and also others where they could not really say what they belong to. Now, when we talk about where people come from, it is also interesting to look at the regions where they come from. So this time we had about 49%, about one half coming from Europe, but we had really a good participation from the Asia Pacific region. It was 26%, and we had also people from the Americas, from Africa, and from Oceania, which we are also very glad to hear. So also here to have a good representation. We would of course be very happy to have more evenly distributed. So pass the word when the next DCC conference is on. Pass that on in your region. So we'll be really happy to see people from other regions represented there and participating. I'm quite aware that it might be quite early in the western part of the Americas, so northern, middle or South America, and it might be also quite late in the evening, but still we encourage people to register, because it's not only about watching the conference, which is of course the most value, but also accessing later on all the things that are provided after the conference is quite interesting. So even if people say, okay, it's too late for me to join, but I'm interested to get the recordings, the proceedings earlier, and I want to get into exchange with the people, then please encourage them to register, and don't hesitate to register yourself. So the main topics in 2026 was about, so that's how we plan to see the advances in machine actionable information and the data tailored to the quality infrastructure. We also encourage people to show use cases and implementations of digital certificates and reports, also to address their different stakeholders. And software solutions are also quite interesting and very important, so people can really make use of the information that they get through that infrastructure. And also concepts and frameworks fostering interoperability within the digital quality infrastructure was quite important. And that I think we received, so I will show you an overview from what we've seen there. So here you see an overview of the program. First, I have the plenary sessions displayed here, because that were the ones who got quite a lot of time to present what they had. And we had here, so here I have a color code on the top right corner, where I have marked in the green international organization representatives, which we in fact have only red, representing this UN working group or project that he's leading. But in red we have industry or collaboration lab representatives, and in black is the NMI representatives, and you will later on see kind of a distribution where they come from. But here we tried also to give our stakeholders from the industry to present their view on the DCC. So we had Mark Custer from NCSLI in the US, showing them how they will model measurement data with their taxonomy of the MII measurements. We had Christian Sander from Testo, from a large calibration service, calibration laboratory, presenting their use of a digital accreditation symbol. So how to make DCCs also fault-proof and verifiable, and really present from their use case and experience. And we had also a colleague from Finland, Sami Koskinen from BMAX, presenting how their system that they have now put into place is creating DCCs, and also how it is utilized by the end user. So there was really a live presentation how it can be done. But we are also very, very happy to have our colleagues from NIST, James Fetchek, and a colleague from NPL India, Anjali Sharma, present their work on how they have implemented various services, or also which challenges they have encountered in creating DCCs. Or showing us how digital calibration requests can be of use for the NMIs themselves. And here we had also a colleague from PTB presenting on the units of measurement, which are actually on the foundations of calibration certificates, and showing how units of measurement can be made interoperable by presenting a project's results that has been undergone together with the Common Data Directory Working Group. Yeah, on the first day, just going further, you will see there we had one session on DCCs and digital quality infrastructure. I will not go through every talk, because the colleagues who have held the talk know much better what they really had. But here you just see, here we had many NMIs presenting there, and we had one representative of a small and medium-sized enterprise. It's a calibration lab who showed their solutions. And the DCC production, it was again a part which we had very densely populated by NMI representatives, which we are very happy to see. And we had also parts of digitalization to enable DCC production. So here also we had a lot of contributions from the NMI side. And then on the next day, in the next session, it was quite similar, the DCC ecosystem. So everything which has to do with DCCs, and maybe also other certificates, like for example, the digital reference materials document or certificates have been presented there. And also colleagues from Denmark, from DFM and DTI have presented their solution, how DCC exchange can work in practice and have a workflow. And then in the other session, we had one software production company, Maro Electronic, who have shown their use case, how the DCC can be imported and interpreted. And then other colleagues from the software development parts have presented their software solutions to work with the DCC. And also, actually, that was quite interesting to see how that grows. So how people are presenting tools and solutions to work with the DCC, and all those are available as an open source or in a very well accessible manner. And also DCC management is a topic that NMIs address very, very actively. So you can see here colleagues from India, from Switzerland, and also from Brazil have shown their use cases and how they handle that. That was quite interesting to see that. And again, tools and development was really a big topic. So there was even a second part of the session on tool and development. So here we had again more contributions from people from NMIs, and we had one, that's not in the color code, I have to correct that, one contribution also from a university, so from academia, a colleague provided with us with latest development on calibration certificates for X-ray photoelectron spectroscopy. Yes, and more use cases actually where people showed how that runs, how things are going along, how digitalization of laboratories for the automation of the processes are being implemented. And last but not least, DCC production, so really issuing DCCs or enabling issuing DCCs was presented here. So this session was about harmonizing things and also using the good practice examples that are being produced by different committees and how to put that into place and how that experience works for them. Yes, so a lot of contributions you see. So I tried to do a brief analysis of this. So I invite you to watch the sessions yourself. Everything has been recorded and is available. But what came out for us is that many NMIs are actively driving forward the DCC development and introduction in their institutes. And that might also trickle down in this calibration pyramid that we have just seen at the beginning, that it could transfer to their national quality infrastructure. So when the NMI take the lead and they show how that will work, then they will also pave the way for the other participants of the national quality infrastructure. And we had really great contributions from almost all world regions. Participants were really from all world regions. The contributors came from APNP region, from Euromed, from the SIM, and also from GulfMed. So, so from the countries represented there, and we see that really DCC has been established or is in the process of being established as a global movement. So everywhere in the world, people think and care about establishing DCCs in their processes. As you have seen, thanks to the color code, we had 6 contributions from industry and calibration laboratories representatives. So it, again, some statistics, was 13% of overall presentations. But we had 27% of participants from that areas. So here that leaves room for interpretation. Maybe people are waiting what comes out. Maybe they're waiting the NMI to show them the way. Maybe there's some other reason. We have to elaborate on that. Maybe speak also about that with the international program committee. So it would be really great to see that we've seen that in the past, how the laboratories and the industry end users are really using that. So this conference is not a high scientific event that should really be the exchange platform for everyone. Therefore, we don't impose very high level of I don't know, you don't have write a paper of 10 pages long, because there we know that industry and also calibration laboratories don't have the time often to do this, but what we asked for is an abstract, quite a short abstract of about 1 page. And then it's the PowerPoint presentations that we would have, so rather have it more as a community event than a scientific conference. So there, you as our network are always welcome to pass this message also on to your stakeholders, to your calibration laboratories, to actively take part in that process and show what is happening there, if there is some process ongoing. And now coming to the key takeaways, what we have also seen from the content of the presentations, that harmonization and interoperability remain important topics. There is high demand to have harmonized solutions. So not everyone has to reinvent the wheel, do things in different ways, but everyone would like to have a solution that works everywhere and if possible also globally. And we see also the technical solutions become more mature and usable. So the schemas are stable that have been presented. There is also good usage of it. And there are also tools and middleware available, and they are often shared open source, so everyone can take this Python code or other tools like Excel tools and take them and put that in their environment, adapt the interfaces and go along. So not everyone has to do their own development, which is maybe also something that IMEKO and this IMEKO network is now going also to foster, that exchange and collect everything in only one place and make it available to the people. So not everyone has to search the web or GitHub or other repositories for open source code, but that code is shared in one place. And we have also seen that use cases are very important to show and showcase feasibility and to demonstrate how approaches can be done to introduce DCC in the real life processes. And also what we have also seen in quite a lot of presentations that DCCs and related developments like this units development or the digital metrological expert create access to digital infrastructure and make it available and accessible and also scalable to other stakeholders in the network. Like, for example, we have seen very nice use cases of people using the BIPM SI digital framework. We had very nice usage of the KCDB API provided there. So this is something which shows the community is growing closer together, and by providing standardized, harmonized exchange formats, we also make the use of the created infrastructure better accessible. Now, coming then to the part of recordings and proceedings, the recordings are already available on the conference website for registered participants. So I told you there is a benefit of having registered for the conference. In case you have not done so, please get in contact with me. I can see what I can do. I think I can grant you access if you're interested in watching the recordings. So every session has been recorded and it's available there once you have logged into the conference website. And the conference proceedings, so it's a compound of the abstracts and of the presentations that have been given. They will be published very soon, maybe this week, if we can speed up. So open access for everyone. So that is without having to log in, and it's also free of charge for the presenters. So just they have just to provide us with the slides and we will publish them all together. That is also available then on the conference website. And last but not least, a huge thank you to the program committee and the conference chairs. They did regularly do a great job and provide a lot of input. So to make that happen and to make it, to make that possible. Of course, to the contributors too, and a huge thank also to the conference team. So the people who are behind the curtains, who organize everything, who host the conferences and do everything that has to be done in behind there. They do regularly a great job. Thanks to them. And last but not least, it's not the last DCC conference we were speaking about. So next year is another conference upcoming, and I told you in 2017 we have first published the concept of DCC. So there's a very first publication done by PTB. So next year will be special. We will celebrate 10 years of DCC. So we will retain this online format, so everyone still has access from everywhere in the world, but we would like to extend that to a hybrid conference to be held in Berlin for people who can join us in Berlin in person to intensify the exchange, to bring the community even closer together, also with everyone. And it will not be possible to hold that in February because it will coincide with the Forum MD week. So the Forum MD is now taking next year in the last week of February. So we cannot do it in the same week. So we decided to go 1 month later for this single event. So we can very good prepared, and the weather is better in Berlin in March. So if you're interested and if you need support, also please contact us. We are now in the process of preparation, and then we can see how we can organize, so bring as many DCC experts together as we can to see you hopefully in person in Berlin. And with that, thanks a lot for your attention, and I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shana. I did have a question, but Anjali already answered about any effort for organization that we can join. And she is mentioning that there's an effort in the forum at the CIPM. So thank you. Any question, please? If you have it, please raise your hand and open your mic to have some order.
There's some raised hands from Eric Benoit.
Please go
Yes,
ahead,
thank
Eric.
you. Thank you. I have a question about the attendance. I saw that you don't have a lot of attendees from universities and also from Africa. Do you plan to try to attract more colleagues in universities, Africa, and free university from Africa?
Yes, actually, it would be great to have colleagues from academia more. So I hope that through this IMEKO network, we will be able to spread the news better and to attract the people there. I'm not so much informed how much people are contributing to the development of DCCs, or if they regard that as their topic. But definitely it would be really good to have more people from the university and from the people doing research, also showing us more different and more maybe advanced ways to do this. Also the same, so if you have network and can help us spread the news, that would be great. That would be very much appreciated. And we will also think of ways how to approach people, maybe also actively from our part. So in case you have some suggestion for us for some actions, what we should do would be great. Also, students, PhD students are welcome presenting their work. We had that in the past already, and it's all welcome. So this is a free community for everyone to join. There's no closed shop. And also people from Africa, I hope now, after we've had this Kabarek project, we will be able also to attract people from the African region. So this year we did not have a contribution from AfriMeds, but maybe we had that in the past. Actually, colleagues from Egypt were presenting, or other colleagues. So hopefully next year we can attract them. Maybe also have them joining in Berlin together with us.
Thank you. We have a question from Philibert. Please open your mic and speak up. If not, I can read it for you. It says that the Afrinet region is not appearing in this report. So the question is, how can we include Afrimets in these activities? What can he do to break Afrimets in the process?
Yes, you're right. So we've seen that people from Afrimets participated, but they did not bring or they did not submit any presentations, which is a pity. I would really like to encourage that. So maybe in this international exchange network, we can also think of some activities that we can maybe make the event more present, so that people know about that and know what is expected there. So it does not have to be a completely bulletproof solutions that we expect there. It can be also some thoughts and some use cases that can be presented there. So we'll maybe discuss that and also utilize the networks that there are in the region, and maybe also get more in touch with the Afrimets technical committees that you have. This is something which I would also suggest.
Any other question? Thank you for asking.
So there is still a raised hand by Eric.
Please go ahead. Yes.
Or
I don't
is
see
it an old hand?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I forgot to okay, but actually I have a small question.
Go.
I would like can it be interesting to make some summer school or winter school, because I think that education in this topic is very important.
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually we did have already 2 summer schools on the DCC topic. So the last one in 2024, and we are also thinking about having that. I'm not sure in that year will be difficult, but maybe next year could be one possibility to do this. So I think that training activities are very good. So for example, we will also give a training, but we have quite limited resources. So we'll give a training in the APMP region. So the colleagues from APMP have invited colleagues to join them in Indonesia. So there will be something like that. But to invite people, for example, to PTB to give a summer school, as we used to do already in the past, would also be a great thing to do. And that is also, of course, something where we can get then academia people in or people from other regions to get there. Yeah, thanks. I will bring that to us strategy team. Of course, not directly related with the conference, but still related with the DCC topic and giving the, providing the training activities which is required.
Yes, and in that topic specifically, we may be open also to have a spring school or a winter school, not necessarily summer school.